Ranganatha Ashtakam. Ananda Rupe, Nija Bodha Rupe, Brahma Swarupe, Shruti Murti Rupe, Shashanka Rupe, Ramaniya Rupe, Shri Ranga Rupe, Ramata Manome, Kaveri Tire, Karuna Vilole, Mandara Mule, Drita Charukele, Daityanta Kale, Akhila Lokalile, Shri Ranga Lile, Ramata Manome, Lakshmi Nivase, Jagatam Nivase, Hrit Padmavase, Ravi Bimbavase, Kripa Nivase, Guna Vrindavase, Shri Rangavase, Ramata Manome, Brahmadi Vande, Jagadeka Vande, Mukunda Vande, Suranatha Vande, Vyasadi Vande, Sanakadi Vande, Shri Ranga Vande, Ramata Manome, Brahmadi Raje, Garudadi Raje, Vaikuntha Raje, Suraraja Raje, Trailokya Raje, Akhila Loka Raje, Shri Ranga Raje, Ramata Manome, Amoga Nidre, Paripurna Nidre, Shri Yoga Nidre, Sasamudra Nidre, Shritaika Badre, Jagadaika Nidre, Shri Ranga Badre, Ramata Manome, Sachitra Shayi, Bhujagendra Shayi, Nandanga Shayi, Kamalanga Shayi, Shirabdi Shayi, Vatapatra Shayi, Shri Ranga Shayi, Ramata Manome, Idam Hirangam, Tajatamihangam, Punarnashangam, Yadishangameti, Panau Ratangam, Karnambungagam, Yanau Vihangam, Shayane Bhujangam, Sri Ranganatha Ashtakam, Punyam Prataruthaya Yappatet, Sarvan Kaman Vapniyat, Ranga Sayujyam Apniyat. Sri Ranganatha Ashtakam Sampurnam. Meaning of Sri Ranganatha Ashtakam. Meaning of the first shloka. My mind delights in Sri Ranganatha's divine form, that form resting on the Adisesha, absorbed in bliss, Ananda Rupe, and immersed in its own self, Nija Bodha Rupe. That form embodying the essence of Brahman, Brahma Swarupe, and the essence of all the Shrutis, Vedas. That form cool as the moon, Shashanka Rupe. That form fills my being with bliss. Meaning of the second shloka. My mind delights in the divine place of Sri Ranganatha, those plays of him showering compassion on the banks of the river Kaveri, like its gentle waves, those plays of him assuming beautiful sportive forms at the root of the Mandara tree, those plays of his incarnation slaying demons in all the lokas. My mind delights in the divine place of Sri Ranga, Sri Ranganatha. Those plays fill my being with bliss. Meaning of the third shloka. My mind delights in Sri Ranganatha's various abodes. That abode of him dwelling with Lakshmi Devi in Vaikuntha, those abodes of him dwelling amidst all the beings in this world, in temples, that abode of him dwelling within the lotus of the devotees' hearts as divine consciousness, and that abode of him within the orbit of the sun representing the divine image. Those abodes fill my being with bliss. Meaning of the fourth shloka. The devotion of Sri Ranganatha thrills my thoughts. The worship offered by Lord Brahma and other gods. The adoration offered by the adherents who see him as the universe sole master. Sri Mukunda's worship, as well as the worship of the head of the Suras, that is Indra Deva, sage Vyasa's worship, and other sages worship with devotion. The Kumaras, the sage Sanaka's adoration. My mind is enthralled by Sri Ranganatha, Sri Ranga's adoration. His worship fills my being with bliss. The meaning of the fifth shloka. My mind delights in Sri Ranganatha's sovereignty, who is the Lord of Brahma, Garuda, Vaikuntha, and the King of Suras, that is Indradeva, who is the Lord of all the worlds. My mind delights in Sri Ranganatha's rule. His worship fills my being with bliss. Meaning of the sixth shloka. That posture of unfailing rest, which nothing can disturb. That complete sleep, which is full of fullness. That auspicious yoga nidra, which is absorbed in itself in fullness. And that posture of sleeping over the milky ocean and controlling everything. That posture of rest is the one source of auspiciousness in the universe, and one great sleep which gives rest amidst all the activities. Auspicious divine sleep fills my being with bliss. Meaning of the seventh shloka. My mind delights in Sri Ranganatha's auspicious resting poses. The resting pose adorned with variegated, that is garments and ornaments. That resting pose over the king of serpents, that is Adisesha. That resting pose on the lap of Nanda Gopa and Yashoda. And that resting pose on the lap of Lakshmi Devi. That resting pose over the milky ocean. And that rest, those auspicious resting poses, fill my being with bliss. Meaning of the eighth shloka. This is Ranga, Sri Rangam, where if anyone sheds his body, he will not return with his body. That is, he will not be born again. If that body had approached the Lord, that is, taken refuge in the Lord, glory to Sri Ranganatha, whose hand holds the discus, that is chakra, from whose lotus feet river Ganga originates, who rides on his bird vehicle, that is Garuda, and who sleeps on the bed. Glory to Sri Ranganatha. Meaning of the ninth shloka. He who recites this fortunate Ranganatha Ashtakam after rising early in the morning has all his wants realized, and lastly he attains Sri Ranganatha's Sayujya, absorption in the essence of Sri Ranganatha, and gets liberated. Benefits of reciting Sri Ranganatha Ashtakam. Grants peace of mind and inner bliss, helps overcome sorrows, ignorance and fear of death, cultivates devotion and surrender to the Supreme, bestows protection, grace and spiritual progress, leads one on the path of liberation, that is moksha.